Denise O'Connell with Coldwell Banker Mountain Property, and I'm here today with the local scoop. I'm talking with Janet Engel of the infamous Engel family. Janet, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I really would love to hear some stories about your family.
Well, my father came to Winter Park in 1945. He was the first paid ski patrolman at Winter Park, started the ski school, the ski shop, and the rental shop. And I grew up, and my sister grew up right at the base of Winter Park. Our ski shop, our house was above the ski shop, right where West Portal Station currently sits today.
And George was an amazing character. Please tell me a little bit about what his background was.
Well, Dad came, he was from Massachusetts, came to Denver via Dallas, and then came to Winter Park one weekend and met Tom Delaney, who was the Winter Park mountain manager at that time. And Tom was splicing a rope tow line. And Dad asked him if he could help him do that, and Tom said, well, sure, how about, would you like a job? Dad quit his job in Denver as a bookkeeper and moved to Winter Park. He ran the bunkhouse where guys would come and stay on the weekends for, I think he told me it was like a nickel a night or something. And then met some men, and they started the ski school and the ski shop, started the first ski shop out of a railroad boxcar.
Now, I understand that that would have led you, both Wendy and yourself, into skiing, but it's my understanding you are actually much more involved in the Horse Association. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, during that time, the ski area was closed during the summer. So we had nothing, you know, we just needed something to do. During the winter, they had an ice skating rink at the ski area. The man that owned it was John Work. John Work ran the Byers Peak Ranch. And that, incidentally, is where President Eisenhower would come and go fishing when he was up here. John had a lot of ranch work to do, and we would go spend time with he and his family, his children. And through that, we got interested in horses. So my parents bought us horses, which we kept at Winter Park in the lift lines. We would block off each end of the lift lines, and then we'd graze the horses out on the practice hill and Lower Hughes, and used John's ice skating rink as our arena. Through that, we kind of got involved in junior rodeo, and my parents were both involved with the Winter Park Chamber at that time. In the early 80s, the Chamber was looking for something else for our guests to do here during the summer, and got together with a group of Winter Park businessmen and started the High Country Stampede Rodeo. Through that, I became, because of my interest in horses, I became involved in the High Country Stampede Rodeo, serving as its president for about 15 years. Our rodeo goes every Saturday night for July and August. There's another association that does the rodeos down in Granby that go from Memorial Day through the 4th of July. So in our valley, we have rodeo from Memorial Day to Labor Day.
And it really does celebrate the whole Western heritage. So exactly, tell me a little bit about how that really got started with the...
Well, Grand County is really the Western heritage is here. It started, it's a huge ranching and hay raising community, more down towards the western end of the community, of the county. And, you know, one of the mission statements of the High Country Stampede Rodeo is to honor our Western heritage and to introduce that to our out-of-town visitors that perhaps would never have the chance to see a rodeo.
So what can people expect when they go to the rodeo?
Well, it's more than just a rodeo. It's an event. It's an evening. We have a Western barbecue. We start off with a junior rodeo, which is for kids 18 and under. Then we have the main performance. We do a couple of family fun nights during the summer. We have mini carnivals, face painting, mutton busting, calf scramble. Just, it's an evening event for out-of-town guests as well as our locals.
My understanding is as well that it's a sanctioned event, so you guys have worked really hard to create this event for all types of riders, correct?
We are sanctioned by the Wyoming Rodeo Association, which means that we have rules that we need to adhere to. We award, it's a series, it's a 9-week series. We award trophy buckles, which is the cowboy trophy. to each of the event winners at the summer's end, as well as an all-around cowgirl and cowboy saddle. We also hold on Thursday nights a informal jackpot series, which just consists of barrel racing and pole bending. Our whole organization is volunteer run. We are a nonprofit organization, and we are all volunteers. We have many people that attend our rodeo that say, hey, how can I get involved? And a lot of the people that do currently serve on our board were people that had come to the rodeo to watch the rodeo and said, hey, I want to be a part of this. So through that, that's how we staff our rodeos.
That's a really great story, and it sounds like you've really been able to share with many of our guests and some of our homeowners as well your fabulous, rich experience in growing up in this community. Thanks for taking the time today, Janet.
Oh, thank you.
I'm Denise O'Connell with the Local Scoop, and that's Janet Engel with the
High Country Stampede Rodeo.
Thanks again, Janet.